But having those like era of ruthless aggression dudes around is good for this,
Yeah,
story.
Carlito. I forgot Carlito's there now too.
Carlito's there, and he looks like he's actually like serious this time about helping out.
Dude, we need to figure out because we're getting old, Pat. We're getting old. You already got a full head of gray head of hair. My girls making fun of my wrinkles last night. We got to figure out Randy and Carlito's juice plug so we can get going, dude. We really have to figure it out because those dudes are looking crazy to be in their late 40s. Hold on, do we have to talk about this cancer?
I have a much different opinion.
I'm just kidding. I'm just echoing.
I was very mad the night it happened, and I was mad for days after because I was hoping this motherfucker would be the demon, and I shouldn't have. Or the devil, or whatever. But like, I shouldn't have, because I've done this like 5 times with CM Punk in AEW, and it never turns out well. But CM Punk came back, just looked like he just crawled out of bed.
The t-shirt. For sure. It's because he didn't have a merch shirt printed yet. That's why he wore the white tee.
But it was that, and then like the haircut that just like looked like he was just like, nah, I don't need to slick back or anything.
That wasn't just Survivor Series, even on Raw. What is up with this man's haircut right now?
I don't know. Man was like, I'm not slicking back my hair for no one. But he came out. I read something afterwards that seems really cool, where the entrance like logo was like all 5 different logos of Punk throughout WWE. So that's kind of cool. Chicago was fucking going off. And then you have Drew McIntyre, who walks out of the ring and leaves the building, an angle. And then you have Seth Rollins yelling, fuck you at CM Punk, which is also probably Seth Rollins' CM Punk's first feud will be Seth Rollins.
Being held back by Corey Graves and Michael Cole to boot.
Yeah. That's your champion, people. Corey Graves with a bum knee or whatever. Michael.
Look, man, look in my eyes. What do you see? It's a toxic personality. No, let me tell you, man. Listen. My God, I got to take the glasses off of this. WWE, and we got to get used to this because Triple H, he is up to his old games. He did the same bullshit he used to do in NXT, where he would put the little the logo at the bottom of the screen like it was going off. Like the little copyright logo.
Oh, dude, it tricked me. It tricked the fuck out of me. I went to the bathroom and I had to rewatch the CM Punk thing because I like literally left the room and then I had to come back in and I was like,
I wonder how many people cut it off, like, and just was like, oh, it's over. And then they were like, oh, wait a minute, CM Punk came out. But I will say, man, that was. I am guilty of it. I always act like, oh, it's a work, brother. It's a work, brother. Oh, you fucking marks don't know what you're talking about. I really thought that CM Punk would probably never wrestle again. So the fact that they were able to keep that so airtight, I think CM Punk may very well be the best like worker as far as working the fans of all time. Like he might be.
He's great. I mean, this proves once again that he is great at working the fans and marks like us. But I was very shocked. I was like, I don't know. I was shocked. I was enraged. I was every emotion. And it made me go like, all right, now I have to fucking watch Monday Night Raw. Like I wasn't going to watch it for Randy. Like I love Randy, but I would have just like caught the promo or whatever. But
right. On
Randy and Punk being there again, I was just like, all right, God damn it. I'll watch Raw.
It's 2008 all over again, baby.
But this is what I wanted to go with. WWE seems like AEW after All Out to me right now. After the All Out where Adam Cole came out and then Bryan Danielson came out. Where you have Randy come out and you have CM Punk come out. And what it does for me to make me want to watch again is, as much as the fans can go like, give it to the young people, let's let them run with it. You need people like Randy and Punk and Brock and like elder people that can still keep everybody together to keep the show going. Because like I haven't really cared about WWE in a while because there really hasn't been that for me. Like there hasn't been a lot of those elder spokesman people. Like Cena came back, but it was like Cena looks like he's done. Like he didn't look like he even wanted to be there.
Yeah,
like
he was not the same at all, for sure.
Edge
was cool. Edge was cool, but it got kind of stale after a while. I think
stale.
The Edge thing was really cool until he cut his hair and started the Judgment Day. that's when it got like, go home.
And then and then for the last few months, you've had like Seth coming out as kind of like the person to keep the show moving or whatever. Because that dude just came out too much, in my opinion. And I like the Seth character in like appearance only. I don't really like the promos that much.
I think he lost his way, just to go off the rails for a second. I think Seth lost his way when they turned him face. Because to me, this character lends itself to a heel, and now it's just goofy. Like before, it was kind of sinister and Joker-like, and now it's very like, what's the word? It's just very flamboyant and silly now, as opposed to it used to be like sinister and twisted. Now it's just flamboyant and silly. It's like, okay, you know. But he flipped good.
Characters, huh?
But he flipped good.
He flipped good.
So
well, he don't even flip that much anymore.
Yeah,
true. He wrestles good. He's one of the best in the business. But I think just as like, you know, people that can keep the show going through promos, or just like domination. Like I think those are two like key things that keep me involved in stuff. And with Randy back, you know, you're going to get like that Brock kind of domination. And with Punk back, you know, you're going to get like cool promos every week, cool storylines.
Well, I think what you're getting at more so is that having those special attractions really help. Because when I look at Randy, I agree with what you're saying, but I think that now he's at that point. Because if you look at his last run, he was more of like doing like mid-card comedy stuff with your favorite guy.
I could say that, but I could also say with the Randy stuff, I was talking about like that time he came back in the hoodie with the hood or whatever. He did feel like this time back then to me.
Yeah, for sure.
And
it's a much needed fresh paint coat of paint for Randy right now.
Yeah, the Arcade Bro stuff was whatever. But like he still did pretty good with it. Like it was over.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Like
that was the one time that I enjoyed Riddle his whole entire WWE run. was Arcade Bro. It was actually really fun.
That was the one time where you were like, all right, man, you don't want to wrestle in shoes or boots? All right. You can be with Randy Orton. You know?
I think Punk, the Punk move though, is like I think Punk more so even than Randy now is a special attraction like a Brock though. Even though Punk is like putting Punk and Brock in the same sentence in certain ways is like, don't do it. But I mean, like from a professional wrestling standpoint, like only, I think Punk is in that rarefied air where he's on the level of a Brock Lesnar as far as an attraction. Punk don't got to come in and do more than 6 matches a year. That's all we need. Give us a promo every 3 Raws and, you know, give us 6 matches a year. WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, you know, maybe 2 Raw matches.
Yeah, I don't need Punk jumping around again. We saw kind of where Punk's at
we did.
in AEW. And I don't need to see him going crazy unless it's like slow, like deliberate matches that aren't just no flipping onto the man and no making the man feel like he has to flip.
Yeah. I mean, I think another thing too is that the balance of your roster matters too. And I think that, like you were saying, for a long time, it seemed like WWE didn't have. They always have stars, right? Like, and they always have had stars and homegrown stars, but it didn't seem like ever since, especially the Brock and Roman stuff simmered down. Ever since Cody's return kind of simmered down, it didn't seem like they had any big special attractions that were around consistently. You had The Rock for like 2 days. You had John Cena for like a month. But with these guys, because they had all that time where they didn't have these big attractions around so much, they've done such a good job of cultivating guys like Sami Zayn and bringing him to, main events. Jey Uso. Like, Jey Uso is so over. Seth has been over. They have young guys like Chad Gable that are still coming up. Ricochet, Santos Escobar. Now you put Punk and Randy Orton in the mix with that roster. It's dangerous, man. If Edge was still there, it would be over for AEW. I'm sorry, it would, but he's not there. So,
hey, don't forget about the God Jericho holding shit down.
I mean, the GOAT is not over. We would still watch, but I mean, like, instead of Dynamite doing 800,000 every week, they might be doing 720,000 every week. You know what I mean?
I think what it is like Attitude Era is kind of a step too far as like bringing old stars back, unless it's like a special case like Jericho that he can like actually still go. But having those like era of ruthless aggression dudes around is good for this, story.
Carlito, I forgot Carlito's there now too.
Carlito's there, and he looks like he's actually like serious this time about helping out.
Dude, we need to figure out, because we're getting old, Pat. We're getting old. You already got a full gray head of hair. My girl's making fun of my wrinkles last night. We got to figure out Randy and Carlito's juice plug so we can get going, dude. We really have to figure it out, because those dudes are looking crazy to be in their late 40s. Crazy.
Right, let me get over my fear of needles, and then we'll get really into. I'll go from my normal skinny flabby self to just juice to the gills, Pat.
Look, you're about, what are you, about 6'2"?
6'2", baby. We can go hard,
man. I'm telling you.
But yeah, just like going on with that, like you have also these people that are kind of, because I think this CM Punk is not the AEW CM Punk, where the AEW CM Punk like had something to prove. This one I feel like is more like, all right, let me help this company. I'm not going to take it over. Like I'm just going to be a huge name on this show.
Yes.
And
and that was evidenced in that promo for sure. You could tell.
Definitely.
You could tell.
Definitely evidenced in that promo. But then, yeah, like having him and then having Randy, who I don't think Randy gives a shit. Randy's just like, I'm here to look jacked and help out the people. Like Randy seems like he's in his good guy era.
He is, and Randy's one of the only people that can come back on the same night as CM Punk, not have a care in the world, because he knows he's still just as over. Like that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. Nobody forgot Randy came back. Nobody was chanting CM Punk when Randy was out there. Motherfuckers forgot about CM Punk. That's what made it even better. So, and that shows the level of like maturity that Randy probably has, because there's a lot of guys in the business where if somebody like CM Punk was debuting after them in the same match, they would be like, "Fuck that, we're not doing that." Randy said, "Nah, bro, I'm Randy Orton."
I'm Randy Orton, baby.
Like for sure. So shout out to Randy.
And I think that kind of makes me excited about this next run of WWE too, because the people that you had in that position back in the day were the ones that I would say like kind of held back each of the storylines for me, where you had Super Cena that like couldn't be beat by anybody, would get in feuds with a lot of the younger dudes and then just beat them for whatever fucking reason. And Triple H, who I love what Triple H is doing now. But when Triple H is in the ring, he beat everybody. Yeah. He beat Sting, bro.
The black listen. The black delegation is still mad that Booker T didn't beat Triple H for the world title. After Triple H called him the N-word on TV, he still lost. Like, bro.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You have people in that higher or that elderly position that I think are going to help the company rather than hinder it.
And those two guys, man, they don't need anything else. They don't care. For a damn fact, Randy and CM Punk don't care at all about winning the belts, getting put over. They don't care about that.
Ooh, yeah, the cream always rises to the top, brother. And if you like this clip, then be sure to check out the full episode of the podcast in the description below and smash that like and subscribe button. Dig it!